Hello, Internet. Welcome. Please, if anybody is watching, let me know if my audio is working because the last stream I had immediate problems with that. Um, but yeah, welcome to the stream. If you don't know me already, my name's James. I'm a product design engineer, and in these streams, I am working on a project called the Live Drum Machine. That's a working title, and I am working over here in SolidWorks, and I've just realized I have turned off the chat. You should be able to see it now. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. Audio is working. Thank you very much for that, Dennis. And howdy to Admiral Nelson as well. Thank you guys for joining in. It's great to have you here. Yeah, so little bit of an update. Since the last stream I did, there's been some changes on my channel, as you might know. Yeah, the last time I streamed, I think I had like 250 subscribers or something, and now it's like 1200 because of some videos I made in response to something that was said on the Linus Tech Tips WAN show. And yeah, super appreciative of everybody who watched that video and who enjoyed it. And if you guys have come now from that video, yeah, happy to have you here, and I'm glad that that you liked it. Congratulations on blowing up. Thank you. I mean, I guess it's not totally a blow up. Like 1,000 subscribers is still, fairly humble, but it was a big change for me, definitely. I remember being pretty excited about 100 subscribers, so having 1,000 now feels pretty cool too. I definitely was excited watching the number going up, so yeah, that was really nice to see. You're too famous now, bro. I can't be a follower. Come on, man. You'll always be a follower. Well, you're always a follower in my heart. And you were there from the beginning, so, I won't forget you, don't worry. I haven't used SolidWorks since high school, and the vid brought back memories. Oh, cool. Well, do you use another kind of CAD, or you not? I mean, I hope you're still interested somewhat in SolidWorks. Let me show you a little bit of what we're doing here. So this is a hardware digital device which is meant for making music. Yeah, it's a drum machine, and it's going to be based on the NVIDIA Jetson Nano, which is a single board computer. Thank you for the sub, Owen. Great to have you here. I think it's hard for me to tell now if people are if people are subscribing from watching the stream or from watching the videos, but regardless, appreciate it. Yeah, so NVIDIA Jetson Nano. In one of the last streams, I worked on getting that in here with this SODIMM socket from TE Connectivity. And in the last streams, I added this little M.2 socket on the back. This one's from Amphenol, and it's an M key M.2 slot. So that means we can connect a NVMe drive to the board. So I thought in this video, I might try to add in a little screw boss to locate the where the NVMe drive will attach, I guess, and I need to find a fixed point for this as well. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now, and that's the plan for this stream. We'll see how long I stream for, maybe an hour or so, or maybe two, I don't know. But yeah, glad you guys are here, and feel free to ask any questions. Also, if you're joined because of the LTT video, and if you have any questions about that, I'm also happy to talk about it, because it's definitely been on my mind for the last few weeks. It's been really cool, like responding to people's comments and stuff. So yeah. Your LTT vids helped me find your channel, getting back into SolidWorks after being away from it for almost 9 years. Wow. used SolidWorks from 99 until 2015. That is impressive. Like, um, I mean, that's early days of SolidWorks. I only started at like 2012, I think. So cool. We got an expert in the chat, an OG. But thanks for the message, Broken Tusk Garage. Yeah, hopefully, I don't know, maybe you'll be inspired to use SolidWorks again, maybe not. Maybe you're just interested in the project, or not. We'll see. So I found on GrabCAD a very nice model here. Give a shout out to MBI, who has modeled this Samsung 850 EVO M.2 250GB SSD. This isn't specifically the drive that I absolutely want to use on this project, but it's a nice model and it'll be a good placeholder in the CAD, so I downloaded that one. So thank you very much, MBI and GrabCAD, for providing that. And I have that open somewhere here. So I'm gonna try to make a SolidWorks part from this. This step file has a lot of little components, and I actually want to rotate this. Oh yeah, I probably want to rotate it, so I might actually save it out as a part, which might sound silly, but you know, that's just my OCD way of doing things. OG, yes. Expert, hardly. Well, I mean, 99 to 2015, that's a good 16 years of practice, so I used it longer than I've used it. And do you use CAD still? Are you, I mean, I assume you're an engineer. Maybe you use some other kind of CAD now. I'm interested to know. And let me make a, let me just hide this for a second because I don't know where my file browser is going to go to. How do I save this as? Okay, here we go. Yeah, does anyone have any comments about the the LTT video? A lot of people have been commenting on their making a lot of suggestions, which is cool, but also suggesting a lot of the same things that I've tried, which is a little bit annoying, but it's not too bad. Live drum machine, what are you working on? Thanks for joining this stream, Shashank? I don't know how to say that, apologies. So Live Drum Machine is a project that I'm working on with some friends in our spare time. It's a audio production device, or yeah, a music production device. And I'll show you what I'm doing here. I just hid the screen because I was file browsing. This is an SSD drive. This isn't the Live Drum Machine. This seems to be stuck. So let me explain while I wait for that. It's basically a hardware device, like a big metal box with a display on it and some knobs and some buttons, and the aim for it is that you'll be able to play drum beats. So it kind of does like looping and drum sampling and that kind of stuff. It was not my idea, it was an idea of a friend that I'm working on it with, and he's just asked me to help with the mechanical design and a little bit of UX design as well. But he's kind of the expert on how how it should be used, and I'm just focusing on how it should be manufactured and designed. Was in engineering from 95 until 2015, when went into IT. I did the LTT model a few ways to see how many ways it can be done wrong and still look right. Well, okay, so firstly, cool to have another engineer in here. Nice to meet you. And what brought you into IT? I guess that's what brought you towards LTT. I'm not in IT, but I'm definitely a computer nerd. Love building PCs and stuff. And yeah, seeing how many ways it can be done wrong and still look right. To be honest, like, I don't even know if the solutions that I came up with in my videos were completely right. But yeah, they do look pretty close. So I'm not even personally satisfied with my own solution to say that it is perfect. I think it's pretty close though. At least as far as I can see, it looks right. Not sure what's happening here. This is really struggling to save. Maybe my file explorer is frozen or something. Or maybe this model is just too complicated. It has a lot of these tiny little components. And it's trying to save it as a part. So yeah, if only I could actually change to the other model while it was doing this. See if there's any cool stuff on this page. I don't know, I'm just killing time. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. That many components is going to be slow, yeah. And being on live stream is probably not helping with the computer resources. Yeah, you're probably right. It managed to open this model reasonably easily, but I think because I'm trying to convert it to a part now, it's struggling. So let's see. I mean, it hasn't crashed, so it's doing something. Yeah, so I spoke to, actually somebody reached out to me on LinkedIn after my LTT video, and he basically had some more suggestions, and sorry, I've just got distracted by my phone. Yeah, he had some good suggestions about how to do the curved arc on the cylinder, and he had done it with a projected curve, which it works really well when you want to do this swept cut with a body. It solves a lot better with the projected curve, but my issue with the projected curve is that it's not, like, the dimensions are only accurate from a planar reference. So if you have like a circle on a plane and project that onto a cylinder, from the reference of that plane, the circle looks dimensionally accurate. But if you were to then unfold that cylinder and look at the circle that was projected onto it, it wouldn't be a perfect circle. And it's a question of, like, what do you want to be the reference? Like, is the planar circular reference correct, or is the curved cylindrical plane of surface perspective the right reference point for the geometry? And in my opinion, when you have a cylinder, I have a cylinder here from a puzzle. It's from a friend of mine from uni, actually, who designed this. It's called the Asymptote, if anybody's ever interested in it. It's a very complicated puzzle. Incredibly difficult to solve. But yeah, so if I have a cylinder here, um, projected warps the image. Yeah, exactly. So from one face, if I project it on here from this face, it's gonna look circular. But from this face, if I move it around or if I was to flatten this, it's not going to be accurate. And in my opinion, the cylindrical face should be the reference, because if you think about how it's going to get, this is all dusty. If you think about how it's going to be made, how it's going to be manufactured, a machining drill tool is going to come down and cut it, and this thing's going to rotate while it's cutting, so it's going to go like this while it draws the arc. And yeah, so this should be moving in a perfect circular arc while this thing rotates, and that means that this needs to be the reference point, not the plane, because otherwise it's going to be distorted. But the guy who suggested it was really knowledgeable, and he was really interesting to talk to, and he also came up with a lot of different solutions as well. So yeah, been just really loving talking to people about it. It's been great. Okay, let's see. This part has finished saving now, but now my file explorer has crashed. Fantastic. Okay, I'm just gonna open it from here. Been super frustrating. My file explorer keeps crashing because I use this file explorer hack kind of thing that allows you to put your taskbar on the right of your screen, because Windows 11 doesn't allow you to do that. But yeah, sometimes it's buggy and it crashes. Okay, but now I got a part, and it has a lot of bodies, and I want to rotate the whole thing. So let's see how much my computer struggles with this. Can I select all the bodies? Elk, are you in there somewhere? What's been happening with you? I haven't spoken to you properly in the last few weeks because I've been very distracted. Yes, sir. What have you been up to? You're still preparing stuff for your field recording, and yeah, I know we've been chatting, but you know, haven't had a chance to talk. But you said it, when I spoke to you last, that if the weather was good, you were going to go out and try some field recording. Did that happen? I don't know if you can see all these bodies getting selected, but it's going crazy. Maybe I should have deleted some of these bodies. I've actually been recording all morning, doing some video editing currently, and getting ready to lay down a track. Oh, sick. What have you been recording? Like at home or in the field? Been publishing on my channel some of my new binaural work. I did see some stuff you put up there. I quickly jumped in and gave them a like, but I haven't had a chance to fully watch them through yet. We got to work on getting you a viral moment now. Well, you had a viral moment with the diving videos, but we got to get your channel to the monetization threshold. I applied for monetization, by the way, but I don't know how long it takes. Very noob. Oh man, this SolidWorks model is struggling. Staying in my neighborhood right now. I need to make some upgrades to do projects in full. Right now I'm focusing on how to master binaural audio with synths. It's been quite the experience. Wait, but using synths to master or master together with synths? It's now my new platform for music making. Binaural is way cool with effects. True. Yeah, I really like those binaural head mic things. We have one at work for testing headphones. I haven't had a chance to use it much, but it's pretty cool. Oh, sorry, this is a distraction, but did you see the... Before I say this, I'm going to preface it. I'm not a fan of Lex Friedman or Mark Zuckerberg, but did you see that podcast they did with VR avatars? Shit was crazy. Like, it looks actually good. I'm using the binaural audio as the main voice of the track and subduing my instruments into the background. That's cool, man. Yeah, I guess that'll be a pretty sort of ambient kind of atmospheric sound, which is pretty on brand. It's very elk. I'm definitely keen to hear it. I was just thinking about this VR thing, because binaural audio could be really cool for like VR use cases, but then yeah, I don't know. Man, this was a mistake. I want to make relaxing stuff that people can zone out to with nature sounds and calm pads/drones. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just thinking, like, what's the, like, when should I listen to it? Would it be appropriate for meditation, or would it be too distracting, you think? It would probably be a bit too interesting for meditation, I guess. Oh my god, it's finally... This is not a good idea. No, I'm gonna delete a bunch of these bodies. This isn't gonna work otherwise. If I just delete this, okay. I need to delete a lot of bodies. Why does the stream elements bot keep popping up? God. Oh, I don't know what to do with this model. I did a gnarly sub-bass drone track with binaural audio. Check the last video I posted. It's 13 minutes and 3 minutes is chatting. I've chapped it out. You'll need headphones or a subwoofer. Okay, cool. I can do it with headphones. Don't have a subwoofer, but I'll check it out. Yeah, man, chaptering is a good move. I just realized that I didn't do chapters for the LTT videos. I probably should have. Okay, I'm gonna delete all the resistors and capacitors. How did this guy model this thing? It's crazy. Alright. Yeah, so I'll check it out for sure. I owe it to you. I owe it to you. Did you see that VR demo? Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm actually interested in the future of Wall-E. What do you mean, like the Pixar movie? Okay. Now, what should be the top plane? Maybe this bottom surface. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, where everyone is fat and plugged into the internet. VR has very little interest on my end. I'm far more interested in consumer robotics. Okay. That's a bit of a pivot. I mean, pivot from that topic. I mean, I'm interested in VR not in the sense that, like, we should be living in a virtual reality, but I do think that it's pretty cool. Just the technological side of it. Okay. So finally got this thing facing upwards and it's usable. Just want to clean it up a bit. Does this work? Yes. Nice. I'm gonna leave those. If they create something where I can use VR for audio manipulation using my environment, I'll try it out for sure. I think that's definitely something that's doable. For sure. Like you see, like they have 3D painting and stuff. Like, or I guess you maybe call it sculpting. But like you can paint 3D things in a virtual reality environment, which is pretty cool, I think. So I'm sure you could think of some way to incorporate like atmospheric audio into virtual reality experience. Use real-time space's XYZ pad to activate modulators or effects would be sick. Yeah, for sure. You know, who has done that before? Do you know Imogen Heap? She used to do stuff with she has these gloves that she uses for controlling audio, and Heap. Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it? Oh, you were you were writing it before I said it. Okay. Yeah, she like. Am I gonna be OCD about these holes? Maybe I am. God damn it. Got the better of me. Yeah, she uses it like she moves her arms around in XYZ to modulate things, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool in that sense. I watched the TED Talks on her setup using cameras and spatial positioning for her music. I thought it was awesome. I haven't seen that one. That's cool. I saw where she had like the gloves. But spatial positioning is pretty sick. Tech Nano or Raspberry / Arduino. Wonderful suggestion there, Marco, as usual. Thank you very much. How you been, Marco? You been running the Trotec? Oh, why did I start doing this? I'm so stupid. I need an AI clicker. Trotec gang. What? When I get more famous, I'll try to get a sponsorship from Trotec for the acrylic. You got it. So, what are you trying to tell me about the Tech Nano or Raspberry Arduino? And the Assist Air. Sometimes I'm not sure if you're speaking to me in code or just have like very little time to tell me something. or external compressor with chiller. Yeah, that's very insightful as usual. Yeah, so lots of clicking going on here. And is it gonna resolve? Let's see. Yes. Good, Anakin. Okay. Bro, I caught a hummingbird in the binaural this morning, and that fool just whipped around my mics. It sounds awesome. Dude, that's so lucky. Like, how did you manage to get that to happen? Use the open PNP for the assemble Tech Nano. Yeah, but what's Tech Nano? That's the thing. That's the problem. Why did that happen? I snapped a photo from inside. He stayed just out of the camera view. That's crazy. Oh, so you left the mics there recording. Is that right? What does this Streambot keep spamming me for? Okay, what am I doing? I need to move this thing. Move copy bodies. All of the bodies. And I want to mate the right plane here. Okay, now I think we're looking like everything's all situated as I want it to be. And that looks pretty good. Cool. Gonna save this as a step. Wait. Yeah, I set it up on my stoop when it's raining or windy to catch the sounds of wind / branches crackling. Today is rainy, so I recorded a couple of hours of audio this morning. A couple of hours? Isn't that like... doesn't that make really big files? Dude, you know what you should do if you're doing that? Is record the video at the same time and then just upload it on a separate YouTube channel as just like forest ambient sounds, and people will play that shit when they're like trying to go to sleep, especially if it's raining. Like, you know how people take videos of like a campfire and upload it on YouTube, and they just get millions of views because people like listening to it, or they put it on their TV to pretend their TV is a campfire. Could totally do that. I mean, might as well, right? If you're capturing it and you're using it for something else. Okay. Let's see if I can just rename this folder quickly. Nope. Whatever. Yo, whoops. Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name, but thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. Oh, I just realized I didn't have my click count showing. If you look up here, you can see how many times I've clicked so far. I do audio and video in position. I position the camera just above the binaural ears so the view matches the ear positioning. It makes it more human-like. Oh, so you're already capturing the video. Dude, upload that shit raw to, like, I mean, even if you're gonna use it for something else, upload it raw to, like, a different YouTube channel just for, like, ambience. Right now I'm syncing my audio files to make the video. Once I'm done with that, I'll take it downstairs to begin recording dual Strager. Wait, I was totally thinking about something else when I read that. I want to close SolidWorks for a second because I want to rename a folder. And then I'm going to read that again. Okay. Right now, I'm syncing my audio files to the video. Once I'm done with that, I will take downstairs to begin recording a dual Strager JMT T2 drone setup. Sick, so you're kind of like remixing the video afterwards, I guess. Nice. Yeah, that's sick, man. Like, if you're gonna use that footage already for like for remixing, you could totally have a second channel where you just upload like raw ambient recordings, because I betcha people will listen to it, and I betcha there's potential money. Do you have plans to continue? How original? Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Like, I was kind of treating it like a podcast, but it was almost just like a public diary. I don't know, like, I've been thinking about doing more videos like that, just like general sort of updates on myself personally, but yeah, I don't know if I keep using that name. I called it that because I was thinking, like, everybody in the world is making a podcast, and if I decide to make a podcast, it's like, oh, genius idea, James, how original. So I called it that. Oh my god, file browser keeps crashing. So annoying. I will, haha, that's actually a plan. Alcrath is my main jack of all trades channel. Abyssal Pantheon is binaural drone, field recording, EMF, microphone based tracks. I may do a channel for binaural. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, man. Like, at the same time, I don't think you want to have too many channels to split your focus. But if you think you can manage it, like, then it's probably fine. And like the recording just raw files should be like not too much work, I guess. I mean, you've got to kind of sync it together so it's not raw, but you get what I mean. But yeah, if you can manage it, go for it. I think it's a good idea. Okay, just opening up a file here, hiding my browser. of course I didn't do any color. Damn it. I was high as fuck when I saw your password. Fuck. When I saw your podcast. And was so impressed by this name. I mean, did you understand like why I called it that? Was it obvious or was it just like just sounded funny? Alright, I want to save this with color. But cool that cool that you watched it. Like, most of those videos have, I don't know, 30 views or up to 100, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think people would find them that interesting, but appreciate the watches. What the hell? Why is there no color? I thought there was color in steps. I'm gonna try this one more time. Kind of. This was the only part that I understood, but I watched a couple of episodes anyway. Nice, thanks, man. What did you think? Was it a waste of time? Now I'm showing my file browser, but whatever. There's nothing secret here. Is there an option to include color? Oh, these are system options. Export appearances, that's what I want. I think. Let me check this again. Yeah. Cool. No, this is a great idea actually. I mean, what's a great idea? Are we talking about the podcast? Ruben Ferreira? That sounds Brazilian? Cheers from a fellow CAD designer. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm guessing maybe you came from the LTT videos? Possibly? There we go. Okay, the color worked. Nice. Now I can close this. And I'm going to save this. I'll just call it that. Cool. That took way longer than expected as per the rules. Now I can get it ready for actually bringing into CAD. Yeah, this is kind of diary. Now you can check it in 20 to 30, 10 to 20 years. Yeah, that did definitely cross my mind. Yeah, I will be definitely interested to watch it at some point. It's going to be interesting for me looking back too, because I basically started this channel after I moved to Berlin. So, and I'm going to move back to Australia. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting for me, like, in the future, looking back on the beginnings of my channel and thinking about what it was like being here in Berlin. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll have kids and they'll watch me and think like, remember, or maybe they find it interesting to know what it was like when I was young. Or maybe they won't give a shit. Or maybe they won't exist. Actually, something I've been thinking about doing is one of those like predictions for the future videos, and then watch it again in like 10 years time and see where I think the world will be in, I don't know, 10 years maybe. Yeah, I thought about kids watching it too. Yeah, I think it would be interesting. Like, I mean, at my age now, I would be interested to watch my dad at this age. But I think when I was like 16 or something, I probably wouldn't have been that interested. I mean, it's interesting in general, like how this generation, everybody has a smartphone and we're always taking videos, and you know, our parents' generation didn't really have that. So we have so much more documentation of our lives. So yeah, like people are going to be able to see a lot of our lives in the future. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but it's interesting. Like, I'll never get to watch a video of my dad or my grandpa, I don't know, drunk in a club or something. Or, I don't know, maybe that's a stupid example. But people will be able to see me doing that. Not YouTube and my kids, if they exist. Okay. This sketch pretty well represents the shape of this device. Oh, those dimensions are ugly. What's with that? 1.77. That can't be right, surely. And 1.78. Do I believe it? Not really. 22.15. 80.15. starting to lose trust, lose faith in the guy who modeled this. I'm sorry. I have like 2 terabyte on a Google Drive and unlimited space in GoPro Cloud. My future kids will be able to watch my entire life. True. Yeah, I think my data footprint right now is like almost 6 terabytes. So definitely have a well documented life as well. Sometimes just filming how I drive from one part of Bangkok to another on a bike just because I can. Oh, sick. It's cool that you're living in Bangkok. I wasn't expecting that, but I don't know what I was expecting. Dude, I'm so dissatisfied with these dimensions. Whatever. Whatever. Maybe I should have just modeled my own SD card. I mean, NVMe drive. Because this was a lot of hassle to do this. We live and learn, don't we? We're always getting better. I love this town. Are you originally from Bangkok? How did you end up in Bangkok? It's the best place I've been so far. Nice, I've never been. Interested to go there. Gonna trim this. Actually, no. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, time to start putting this stuff into the model. No, I'm traveling right now, but I decided to stay here just a little bit longer than usual. Nice. And you're recording on the GoPro or something, riding the bike. That's a cool idea. I've been thinking, because I'm leaving Berlin soon, that I wouldn't mind just like recording some cycling around the city. Or like my cycle to work or something, just to have as a memory, like, yeah, the path that I would take to work. And the sounds and things you see. I need a PCB back sketch. That is a great idea. You should totally do that. Okay, you've inspired me. I'll do it. I have a few weeks off work before I finally leave, so yeah, I'll do it. By the way, did you just put NVMe slot randomly, or do you also creating PCB layout? The PCB layout of the device, yes, I'm gonna do that. Like, what I call it electromechanical design. So I will do the placement of large components, like things that will interact with the enclosure. So like buttons, LEDs, jacks, displays, sockets, those kinds of things. But I won't do any like components like resistors, capacitors, all those kinds of things. And I'll try to make a layout that I think works for the mechanical design, and I'll share that with the electrical engineer, and he can give me feedback on it and tell me like this is good, or this isn't going to work because this part needs to be close to this or whatever, and then we can come up with a plan for where we should move things around. But I kind of just like dump things in random locations until we decide on the final position later. It's just helpful for me to have everything in the CAD, because yeah, if it's going to interact with some other thing, some other mechanical thing, then I want to have it in the CAD model. Yeah. So I'm going to select this chain and convert it. Probably don't need to, but I will anyway. Just so I can see where everything is. I mean, so I can see where the edges are. And I've just realized that this is not centered. Man, I kind of regret not making my own M.2 thing. PCB back. Yeah, so I'm working on my skeleton model there for where everything's going to be located. I'm annoyed because now I have to move it. I kind of messed up here. Like, part of me wants to redo the whole thing, but I'm not gonna stream it. Maybe I'll do it off stream. Don't want to put you guys through that. let's get something into the model. So yeah, I put the right plane in the middle of this face, but this face isn't in the middle of the actual thing. So this screw hole is actually the center, and that's not on the right plane, and I wanted it to be. So yeah, whatever. PCB back. So what I'm going to do is put some sketches in to locate these components. So Dennis, you do a lot of travel, or is it just a one-off, or what's the story? Ah, that's the distance. Okay. Don't mind me. I travel for the last 1.5 years. Whoa. Changing countries every 1 to 2 months. That's a big trip. Um, how are you managing that? Like, where's the money coming from? Do you work along the way, or do you just save up for a while? Okay, I should be able to move this now. Yes. Nice. Work remotely, I'm a programmer. Dude, that's a good setup. I'm jealous. I mean, I could do a lot of this stuff remote, but not all of it. Prototyping and stuff doesn't quite work, but that's pretty cool. And the cost of living must be pretty low in Bangkok, I guess. I don't know where you're originally from, but I imagine being on a programmer salary, that living in Bangkok is pretty cruisy. Whoops. I'm looking for a country where I want to stay. Oh, okay. Which country were you from originally? Asia is very cheap. I bet it is, man. I still haven't really traveled much of Asia. I've been to Vietnam and that's it. And that was a long time ago. From Russia. Okay. Actually, I've got a few friends from Russia who were living in Bangkok for a while. I'm not sure if they still are, but they seem to be enjoying it. I was in Russia 5 years ago, like 2018, but just St. Petersburg and Moscow, just the big cities. I can rent Airbnb in the center of Bangkok with a pool for $25 a day. Whoa, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely jealous. Yo, have you ever made an e-bike or something like that? Haven't made an e-bike, but I am interested in it. But no, haven't tried yet. I really want to get an e-bike though, and I have definitely thought about building one or designing one. Is that something you're interested in designing? Or you want me to do it first to test the waters? I'm from St. Petersburg. Oh, nice. Dude, I love St. Petersburg. Such a beautiful city. I'm not saying that just to be nice. Like, I really liked it there. So misunderstood, at least in the Western world. Like, people just have a weird idea of what Russia is like and what Russian people are like. Everybody thinks the Russians are like gangsters, like in the movies and stuff. But yeah, St. Petersburg is a beautiful city, and the people there were really nice to me. Like, I really liked it. It's not to say Russia is necessarily a good place to visit right now, but it was when I went. And this is why I want to rebuild my own M.2 slot, because this is meant to be 80 millimeters long, and what is going on? Some weird stuff happening here. Okay, that's perfectly centered. Well, I agree. I mean, Yeah, you're not alone, unfortunately. Like, I know a lot of Russian people who are, yeah, looking for other places to live. So I definitely don't envy the situation. It's pretty tough. No, I don't think that's meant to be 6.13. I'm just gonna have to find a place for this and figure it out better later. What do you need NVMe on drum machine, by the way? Why? So it's predominantly going to be a sampling machine. So it needs to store a lot of audio samples, and there will be some kind of neural engine in there that can blend between a matrix of different sample sounds. So yeah, there needs to be a decent amount of audio files saved on the device, and we thought about using like an SD card or something, but it's just much more reliable to have an NVMe drive like this, and they're pretty small, so it doesn't take up too much space, and it's user replaceable. So I think that's a nice thing for people to be able to service the device, and they can upgrade the storage if they want. And it should be compatible with the Jetson Nano, so yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, it'll run, I'm not sure if the operating system will be saved on there, but it will definitely store the samples. It is, just looks overkill. SD card should be enough for that, no? Yes and no. Like, SD card could be fine. The only issue is SD cards they're more likely to corrupt. So yeah, especially if you don't insert it correctly. So yeah, there's a danger that it doesn't seat properly, and then yeah, you could get some weird behavior there. And I don't know. I think in general, it's just kind of like a reliability thing. Plus, with M.2, you have like direct access to the CPU. Like, it can access the data a lot faster, so the processing will be like really smooth and efficient. And we want it to be fairly efficient. Okay, I'm gonna make this in place finally. Except I did it wrong. This mate should actually be on this point. There we go. Okay. Now I can insert the Samsung drive. And we can get it situated where it's supposed to be. So I want that parallel, the opposite direction. The right plane. Just going to make the right plane parallel to the right plane, just so that it doesn't rotate. And I also want to mate the right plane to this point. And the top plane, hopefully I put this in the sketch. Can't remember if I did. Maybe not. Okay, there's something I need to add in here. Front plane can mate to... Sorry, Quinn, I'm gonna get back to your question in a second. Did you use GrabCAD Workbench? Sad it got shut down. No other free services like it. I don't know. I mean, I use GrabCAD Library to download models, but I'm not aware of the Workbench. What exactly was it? What am I missing out on? Okay, PCB right. Get my little adapter thingy. I think I should put this here. So I want a line to represent where the middle of... Oh, actually, it should be this. Where the bottom of the NVMe drive should sit. And then that can link to this point. So this is the mating point. Almost there. This might seem like an excessive amount of work to get this set up, but once all of this is set up, then it's really easy to change things down the line, to reposition everything, and it's putting in the groundwork, and it's the foundations. And these library components that I'm making can be reused for other projects. Okay, top plane, coincident with this. There we go. Let's see if it looks right. Not quite. I think what I need to do is look up the specs for all the M.2 stuff. Like, I got this Amphenol thing directly from Amphenol's engineers, so I feel like it should be accurate. And I got this model from GrabCAD. And no disrespect at all to M.B.I, it's a very good model. I'm just not sure if it's what I need, or if it's dimensionally accurate to, let's say, the M.2 standard. It might be accurate to this Samsung Evo, but I don't know if it's accurate to the standard. Workbench was a desktop app and plugin for SolidWorks that let you upload changes to stuff easily and had revision control. Lifesaver for robotics teams. Now using Onshape gets the same functionality basically. Ah, okay, cool. I mean, now you have like this SolidWorks connected, which is what I'm using, where you can do essentially the same thing, but I don't know, I prefer to work offline. I think working in a team for a company, it's nice to have like the cloud features and stuff, but I'm worried that like, okay, what if I stop paying for this at some point? I want to have all my files local and my versioning and stuff local. But yeah, I don't know. Whoops, I hid the PCB. But that sounds pretty cool. Okay. Got an SSD in there. Yeah, everything I saw online said that SSD drives are meant to be 0.8 millimeters thick and this one's 0.5, so I'm like skeptical. Also, PCBs generally aren't ever 0.5, I don't think. I think they're usually like 0.8 or 0.4. Maybe I'm wrong. What does JLC PCB do? JLC PCB. Get a quote. 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 for PCB thicknesses. So like, I don't know. Could be like JLC PCB don't make all the PCBs in the world. So it could be that 0.5 exists, but I'm skeptical about this one. So maybe the first 45 minutes of this podcast is a podcast. This stream is for nothing. I don't know. I might have to model my own M.2 module. I think I might have to. And I can make configurations for the different keys and stuff. Congratulations everybody, you watched a video that once again contributes not much, except to our knowledge. Yeah. I'm feeling too cheap to buy a phone case. Time to fire up the printer and spend hours, lol. I can build in a stanza. That's true. You know, I always say, like, if you're going to design something, it should either be because it's going to save you money. Like, I mean, let's not say design something. If you're going to build something yourself, whether you design it or not, if you're going to build something yourself, it should either be because it's cheaper to do it that way, or because you want to do it a specific way. You want a certain feature that isn't available somewhere else. It could just be that you want to learn, but I think you can combine those two. Like if you want to learn how to build that thing, you can combine that with doing it the way that you want it to be. So yeah, if you want to design a phone case, even though you could buy one, probably easier, in theory cheaper if you consider the time you spend and that amount of money you could earn working somewhere. But yeah, if you have an idea of a certain way that you want it to be, or you want to learn how to do it, for sure, you should do it. Or if you just feel like being creative, why not? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there for this stream. I've got to wrap up now anyway because it's almost 11. At least I've got something done. But yeah, I think I've come to the conclusion in this hour and a half that I should have designed my own module, or CAD'd my own module. This one looks cool though. Cooler than the one that I would make. I might make something more like this Jetson Nano model, which is very blocky, very simple, but dimensionally accurate and quite useful for the CAD. Not good for renders, but good for CAD. So yeah. It's almost 4 a.m. in Thailand. Dude, what? What are you doing? Well, you only live once, right? Hope you're enjoying it there. Yep, I think I'm gonna leave it there. Cool. Well, yeah, after a week of excitement on my YouTube journey, it's been good to get back into the live streams, into this project, because yeah, I need to progress with this project because we're actually going to build this thing, and it's cool that I can talk with you guys while I'm doing it and share some stuff with you guys. Interesting that even though I've like quadrupled my subs, there's still about 5 viewers on here, so it goes to show how interesting this content is. But I don't want to change that because I want to keep working on this project, but I will keep trying to add some videos every now and then that are a bit more interesting for the casual viewer. I work for a US company. I have to work at nights. Okay, that's a bit tough, but I guess it's good money, I guess. Yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, I'm happy with how the channel's going, happy with how the project's going, and yeah, I'll try to do some more videos that will keep people interested, I guess. And yeah, happy to reach this milestone of 1,000 subs. Go have some tea. So I sound a bit hoarse. It's maybe a good idea. I might do that. Cool. We did 1,273 clicks in this session. So it's a decent amount. Like, it's CADing pretty hard. Not too hard, but it's decent. We'll see how many we'll do next time anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good morning or a good evening, wherever you are. And if you're watching this later, also thank you so much for watching. If you're one of the people who joined recently, so glad to have you here. so glad you're taking interest in this. Yeah. And I don't know what else to say. Oh, if you like the video, would much appreciate the likes and the subs and the shares and all those kinds of things, because apparently it seems to be working. So yeah, much appreciate that if you have a moment to spare. Yeah, enjoy, guys. Good night to you and good evening, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.